Welcome to Wrestling Hill Talk, where we talk wrestling, all things old and new. I'm your host, Stevie. We've got Chuck, Brian,
How you
Kev,
doing?
Will, Roger, Dr. Nick, and Shane.
Yeah.
Ben was
Yeah,
too
yeah.
sleepy to participate. No, I'm just kidding. He's been working extra hard, and so he needed some rest time. Um, how's everybody feeling this week? Despite everything that's been going on in the wrestling world.
Hanging in there.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's been a tough week.
Doing pretty well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's been
So
a
I mean,
busy week.
absolutely, man. And honestly, it's been a super long week. It felt like an eternity since last Wednesday. But, of course, we got the news on Wednesday, and we talked about it last week about Terry Funk passing away. And, we shared some good memories about him. And that was horrible. And then the next day after the podcast on Thursday, out of nowhere, we find out that Bray Wyatt passed away from a heart attack due to complications with having COVID earlier on in the year. And, he was only 36 years old. So definitely a worser circumstance. I don't feel like his career wasn't even anywhere near to being finished. And, unfortunately, we're always going to have to live with that incomplete feeling as far as the career goes. But, even if you don't think about wrestling in general, anyone passing away that early in their life is just horrible. And, we've all expressed our feelings, throughout the week about it. But, it's just something that is not ever going to feel good. It's just kind of like Owen Hart, that still hurts. And that was 24 years ago.
Yeah.
So to
Yep.
me, he's still out
Fine.
hurt. I can't get that out of my head. It's he's still out hurt. It hasn't.
Can I
hit
can I tell a quick story?
Yeah, go for it.
So
Go ahead, Nick.
quick story. The night that I found out, I usually know everything before most people in my group circle of friends. And I'm sitting in my kitchen and I just finished eating tacos. Who doesn't have a bad mood eating tacos, right? So my phone goes off and it's one of my good friends. He texts me. He says, "What happened?" I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Bray Wyatt's dead." I go, "Excuse me?" And I pulled it up and immediately my stomach sank. I got that sick feeling in my throat and I just lost it. I know as men we're not supposed to get emotional. My wife was in the kitchen. She goes, "What happened?" And I told her, and I felt stupid because a lot of people who are not, fans of wrestling or even music or anything else like that, they say things like, "How could you be sad about a person you never met? How could you be sad about a celebrity or whatever?" I go, because these people leave lasting impressions on your life for the work that they do, whether it's a song they made or a performance they did. And it's one of those things where, sorry, um,
Don't be sorry.
Yeah.
I I had no idea how hard it was going to hit me because I seen the pictures of his kids, and Randy Orton said, "I never could imagine my children not having a father, my wife not having a husband, my family not having somebody." And I went, "He's 36 years old. I'm 38. This man brought so much joy to so many people, and he's gone." And it's one of those things where, like you mentioned with Owen, like a lot of wrestlers' deaths hit me hard. Owen was the first one that hit me the worst because he was so young. I was young. I was a freshman in high school, and I went, "What in the heck happened?" And then as I'm watching the pay-per-view, they told us what happened. But I am very proud that everybody has expressed so much gratitude towards him, and that I hope his work will live on. Um, but
Absolutely.
I'm glad us as a group have been there for each other as fans, and brothers and things like that. But I just kind of wanted to get that out there. That's all I got.
No,
Just to
that's
add something real quick before
awesome.
anyone else jumps in, you talking about how you kind of felt silly being upset about it and everything. Well, I'll be honest with you, man. Sometimes just watching wrestling in general, I cry. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just emotional storytelling and rooting for the hero and all that. So if it's possible for me to cry just watching the shit, then there's no reason to feel emotional when someone literally dies, you know?
That's why I made
Well,
that video
yeah, I
of
was
me.
just
It's, I wanted people to see how I was feeling, and that's why I made it, so everybody else could feel comfortable.
so I
Mhm.
was at work too when I seen it in our in our members chat, and and then William decided to go live, and I decided to jump on with him, and that was a great move by William to do that, because again, but yeah, I mean, the whole thing is just tough. Again, take the wrestling part away, young man, young family. It just sucks to see him gone so soon. So
Yeah, I
Well,
think this one
when
didn't hit me.
I decided to go live, uh, I had just found out, and I'd gone out of the room to do something. I left my phone in the office, and I came back in and I picked it up, and I think I told you this, Brian. I had 31
mhm.
messages, and
Yep.
I'm like, the rest of the whole Thursday, my words for the day were "what the fuck." So I pick up my phone and I have 31 messages, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" You know, like, why am I getting so many messages? What has happened? Like, I thought, every once in a while somebody will make a dumbass post about the group, or somebody will insult somebody from the group, and all the members will start hitting me up like, "Hey man, we're all gonna get together and go tear this guy up," kind of thing, right? So I thought something like that had happened. So I open it up, and it's like, Bray Wyatt passed away at age 36, and I'm like, holy shit. So then I didn't even go through the rest of the messages. I went over to the admin chat, and I'm like, hey, are you guys hearing this too? And then next thing I know, it was just nonstop messages. So one of the admins, I think it was Cameron, admin Cameron, said, should we make a post? And I said, no, I've got 31 messages right now, and my phone's still dinging. I'm just going to go live. And then Brian and I went live, and everything we said was just totally like what came to mind at the moment, because we knew people were hurting and we were hurting. And, it wasn't like losing uh, a Terry Funk. And I mean this with the most respect possible, but Terry Funk, 79 years old. Terry Funk, was living in a retirement home or a nursing facility, where we kind of, anticipated things were going to happen. Even though it's always a surprise when it does happen, it's kind of one of those things like Iron Sheik, like it's coming, so it doesn't make it better, but you kind of have that barrier, like you can protect your emotions a little more. You can protect your feelings a little more when it's something like that. And a lot of times too, we can always say, well, they're better off. They're better off. Their quality of life wasn't there, and things like that. And again, I mean that with the utmost respect, and I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying. But with somebody like Bray, you know, here's a young man that just, what a devastating loss, truly devastating loss, and not just to wrestling, but just in general as a person, the things that he had done and accomplished, and how much people truly loved him, including myself, really truly loved him as an individual, and when we heard he got released from WWE back in 2021, I mean, how many people were like just devastated because Bray wasn't on TV, and everybody assumed he was going to go to AEW, he was going to go to Impact, he was going to do this, he was going to do that, and then you just never saw him anywhere. And then all of a sudden, Payback last year, uh, he comes back, and you're like, all right, here we go. He's finally back. They're going to do something with him. He has his own writer now. Royal Rumble comes around. You got the Royal Rumble match with LA Knight, and then he's off TV again. Well, come to find out he got sick, and everybody, knew he had some mental health issues going on. And honestly, my first thoughts, and please don't hold this against me, my very first thoughts when I heard that he had passed away suddenly at the age of 36 wasn't steroids, and it certainly wasn't a heart attack. I knew he had a lot of mental health issues, and I was afraid they were going to say that he had committed suicide. And although it's not good either way, but I'm certainly glad it wasn't that, because I think that would have hurt even more somehow if it's possible. I don't know if it is possible, but I think that would have hurt even more, to know that he had done that. But I'm really glad that wasn't the case. Not that I'm glad that he passed away the way he did, but I really am glad to say that it wasn't suicide. And I'm not an extremely religious person. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, do I believe in God? Yeah, absolutely. I believe there's a greater power, and I believe there's a plan. Everything happens for a reason, and we're never meant to know the plan. We never know the plan. We're never predetermined to know the plan, even though the plan is predetermined. If that makes sense to you. And
Mhm.
I think he was here for a reason, and I think he had a mission to accomplish, and whatever that mission may have been, I believe he accomplished it, and his time was done, and you know that was that. And it's so unfortunate because so many people will have suffered from this loss. You know, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, as Stephen pointed out earlier, 24 years from now, just like when Owen passed away, you'll still hear about, what might have been, what would have been, what could have been with Bray. And it's extremely unfortunate. And yes, I have the same feeling that, his career was unfinished. It was not, his story wasn't told, his legacy wasn't completed at all. But whatever his mission in life was completed. And I believe that there's something more, and I believe he's gone on to that something more. And if you think about it too, when I'm going to call him Harper, but when Harper passed away, I know that's not his real name, but when he passed away, you think about how heartbroken these guys were when he passed away, and everybody talked about how great of a person he was, and he left behind young children and everything else, and nobody was more devastated than Bray Wyatt was. And maybe at some point it was just a reuniting of two souls that were belonging together, you know, and that makes it maybe a little bit easier to look at it that way. I'm not a preacher. I'm not that religious, anything like that. But I think that everything happens for a reason, and maybe him and Harper were, destined to reunite. So that's what
I
I'll
do.
say. Um, I've had I've had Bray with me every day since, and I know it's a figure and it's the rocking chair. But I've had him with me during the live sale. I've had him with me during, different times I've gone live, posts I've made. He sat on my desk all week, and he's with us here tonight. And God bless the family. And major shout out to WWE, who said any merchandise sales whatsoever that come on behalf of Bray and his merchandise sales, the money goes to them 100%. And shout out to them for that because I don't remember them ever doing that, honestly, for anybody
Mhm.
else. So shout out to them for that. And God bless him and his family. And, may they rest in peace.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that video package that they put together in basically 24 hours was pretty damn good too. So shout out to
Mhm.
him.
I got to meet him 5 times backstage when we was in Columbus. I got to meet him as the Theme, Bray. I mean, all 5 different times. But and all 5 times he hugged me, gave me a big old hug, and then he did that laugh. That's something that I'll never ever forget. And like I said, when I found out it was true, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It's just like I lost my brother or something.
Yeah, it was a tough one for me. The only one I can think of that was just as hard for me was Eddie, because I grew up with Eddie. I grew up watching Eddie in WCCW with Chavo, with can't remember his other one, his uncle. They used
Hector.
to, yeah, Hector and him used to wrestle in WCCW, and him and Chavo. And so for me, growing up with that, and then to have basically his life cut so short, That one hit me hard, and this one hit me probably just as hard.
Yeah.
I think what people don't understand is like, yeah, we're wrestling fans, but we're also fans of the person as a human. So I mean, even though we're not related to them or anything, it's just like losing a friend or a brother. You
Hmm.
know, you appreciated what they did as a person, whether you met them in life and got a picture taken, or you got an autograph. For that brief moment, you got to see that person and appreciate who they were.
Yeah.
So, I agree with William on. I do believe that when somebody loses a good friend like he did, like anybody, I think you do lose a piece of yourself when you lose a good friend, when you lose a close family member. So, I do think that when Bray, was so hurt by the loss of, Brody, it was one of those things where I think everybody that was close to him, you lose a piece of yourself.
So this was the hardest wrestling death I've ever dealt with, ever. It just took. I couldn't breathe, man. I'm just saying. I bawled my eyes out. I couldn't take it, and it's still not real to me because I think he's out hurt.
Yeah. Well, one thing I'll say is, every week that we do the show, I write like an outline so everybody kind of has an idea, like, the flow of the show. And it just seems like for the past 6 or 7 times, I've had to add in the death of a wrestler to talk about at the beginning of the show. And, it just kind of sucks. It's unfortunate. It's not something, I'm not saying like, you know, that it was his fault that he died, you know what I mean? Or anything like that. But it's terrible that we have to have these kinds of conversations all the time, because,
Hey, Steven,
wrestling's.
Steven, can I make one point off that? Because you just hit on something that I think we could dig into just a little bit. You said it seems like when I have to write these, I'm always having to put in past 6 or 7 times about a wrestler's death.
Mhm.
We talk about this all the time about, meet your talent while you can, get your autographs while you can, get your merchandise while you can, because it's always a surprise when it happens, even
Mhm.
if it's not a surprise. We talked about, Scott Hall. We talked about Hall for over a year before he passed, and look
Yeah.
how surprising it was when they announced that he passed away. We talked about Ric Flair, 74 years old. We talked about Jerry Lawler, almost 74 years old. We talk about Hogan, 70 years old. And the exact way these things happen, how it was just a regular Wednesday out of the blue. There was, a notification on the phone, or there was a notification on Facebook or whatever that so and so had passed away. Terry Funk had passed away this time, but before it was somebody else, and before it was somebody else. Or the same thing with Bray. The same thing with, Bray has suddenly passed away. We talk about this all the time. Invest in your talent now. Invest in your heroes now. Go get your stuff. Go meet these guys and get the chance. Go get your stuff signed. Buy your autographs. Buy your action figures. Buy your merchandise. Because when it happens, you look at it right now. It's such a surprise when it happens that by then it's just too late to do all that stuff. So you only live once. Um, you know, you can't take it with you, so you may as well enjoy, it while you're here, and get your stuff that you want, and invest in what makes you happy. I've said that a million times probably. Invest in what makes you happy, and if you're wanting a Bray Wyatt autograph, or you're wanting a Hulk Hogan autograph, or Ted DiBiase, whoever it may be, invest in that while you can. Don't wait until they pass away and go, you know what, man, I waited all this time to get myself a Bray Wyatt action figure, and now I can't find them anywhere. Don't wait on that, man. Go get yourself that action figure. Put the money to the side. Save the money if you have to. Get the money together and go get it. That's a point that I always tried to make with all these other guys. As they were passing away or as they were getting older. 70 years old for a wrestler is old. 70 years old for a
Yeah.
wrestler, and I swear it's like dog years. If you think about it, because most wrestlers don't make it past 50 or at least 60. So 70 is like ancient for a wrestler. 74 is ancient for a wrestler. Terry Funk being 79. You know, Terry Funk passing away was the second to last NWA 10 pounds of gold champion. The only one left is Ric Flair. Go ahead, Steven.
One thing I just want to close out before we move into payback predictions that I just noticed here on my Amazon account. So I bought that Fiend Bray Wyatt Ultimate Edition off of Amazon for $17.99 on August 3rd, and now it is $32.99. So just shitty.
Very much so. And then you got these people that, oh, I decided that I want a Bray Wyatt auto, so I'm going to pay $150 for one before they go up. And it thinks it's going to be okay, and you're going to get by with it without people shitting on you because you want to brag about it. Come on. You just decided you wanted a Bray Wyatt figure because he died, and that's why you bought it before the place took the items down.
A lot of really good comments coming in. We got here, when I first moved down here, I heard about this badass dude named Wyndham who wrestled for Hernando High. That ended up being the first year he won the Florida State Championship. Then a few years later, a friend of mine told me about this dude from Brooksville named Bray who was wrestling for NXT, and that he was IRS's son. He was a big reason why I started watching and getting back into wrestling again. Asked William. He was a hometown hero who did a lot with this community, and he was super humble. And I think he may have gotten cut off on that.
A lot of people don't realize this, but Bray lived right here in the same town that I live in. We literally ate at the same restaurants. We went shopped at the same stores. We literally lived within 10 minutes of each other. So, yes, Michael's absolutely right. And Michael lives, you guys already probably know, a half a mile from me, too. So,
yeah. Purchased the Fiend title from Calvin before he passed. It was in transit to me when he passed, and I just got it yesterday. It's priceless now.
That's Ray, and he did it. He bought that. He got that, but way before he passed.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this too, man. It's only been 6 days, but it's felt like a month. You know. But anyways, let's move on. Let's go into our payback predictions, which is happening this Saturday. And I couldn't find the cards, that I usually show on the screen, so I'm just going to kind of go down the list here. So, first up, we've got Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we'll go ahead and we'll start with Chuck. What do you think, man? Who's going to win?
I think Seth will win that one. It's just too much focus on his back and all that. And I think Seth is going to win it.
Okay. Brian?
Seth.
Kev?
Damian Priest.
Oh, you think he's going to cash in?
Yeah.
You confused the hell out of me for a second. I was like, is Kevin having a stroke? But I forgot he's got the money in the bank.
I hope he's not.
Highlight that clip for the podcast.
I forgot he had the briefcase, man.
Seth and Damian Priest.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So Seth's still retaining, but Damian Priest is going to get involved. Will, what do you think?
I think it's going to be Seth, but I sure would like to see Shinsuke win it. Even if Shinsuke won it and then Damian cashed in on him, they have just totally shit on Shinsuke since day one of him being in WWE. And I would love to see him win the title, but I just don't see anybody taking anything off of Seth right now. Yeah.
Kind of buried Shinsuke after that WrestleMania 34 match with AJ.
Terrible. That guy should have definitely been. He's very capable of being champion.
You know what I think it really was, though? Remember he dropped John Cena on his neck? It's probably what it was. That was the burial plot. Roger, what do you think?
I was actually going to say the same thing as Kev. I think that Damian Priest was going to do it. But I think Seth's going to keep it, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Okay. Dr. Nick, let me talk to you. Yeah.
I think it's going to be Seth as well.
Okay, so far everybody's picked Seth. Shane.
Yep.
Seth this, Seth that. He's got the boots. He's got the funky looking glasses. Everybody loves the song.
Yeah,
Everybody
blah, blah.
sings his song. Oh yeah.
I could definitely see Damian Priest coming down though. I could see that happening. Trying to cash in.
Honestly, man, I think Shinsuke Nakamura could win it. And here's why. All right. The reason that they decided to make this other belt was because they wanted Roman to hold the other belt for 25 years or something. You know what I mean? So what's the point of bringing the new belt in if Seth is going to do the same thing? You know, that's my logic behind it. So
Only been a couple months for Seth, not 25 years.
I know, but he's been champion before, you know.
I got you.
And just like
Hey, speaking of Roman, real quick before we go on with predictions, how about the symbolic gesture of Roman Reigns taking the Blue Universal title and giving it to Bray's family, and then ultimately retiring that belt for Bray? I think that is incredible. Say what
Fantastic.
you want about the tribal chief, say what you want about Roman, but that right there, Roman comes from a wrestling family. None of us were alive before Samoans weren't wrestling. I can tell you that. You know, there's been Samoans wrestling way before any of us in this room were alive, and there will be, Samoans long after any of us are around. But the thing is, he comes from a wrestling family. So does Bray with Mike Rotunda, Barry Windham, even back to Blackjack. So, I think that move right there is just truly symbolic and just incredible. So.
Definitely. Next up, we got Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Chuck, what do you think, man?
Rhea.
I just hope she mops the floor with her. I don't like her, and I don't like Liv.
I got you.
You gotta go down the list. I don't think anybody's picking Raquel. I mean, Raquel's cool, but I don't think anybody's picking Raquel.
Rhea.
I think it'll be a good match. It won't be like that Natalia squash. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way they're taking that title off Rhea.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Raquel. Just to be different.
just because
Roger, he's a rebel. He's a rebel. All right, so everybody picks Rhea except for Roger. He picks Raquel.
Yep.
Okay. It's kind of weird that it's Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Like it's like two R's, first and last name.
It's R squared.
Yeah.
Kind of.
All right, Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch steel cage match. Is this going to be another Becky versus Bayley kind of situation? Cage match?
This is gonna be Becky.
I'm
Chuck.
going with Becky.
Becky wins.
Yeah, Becky wins.
Yeah,
Brian,
Becky
you
wins.
picking Becky? Is this
I
whole
am.
thing just going to be easy to predict?
Yeah, Becky, and finally put this damn feud out of its misery.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I think they're gonna pull some crap. Zoe Stark breaks into the cage and does some shit.
Man, she
I think
ain't
it's gonna-
strong
I-
enough to break into the cage.
She makes
I
me
don't know,
want-
man.
It's all about
Anyone
where that ref drops that key at.
drops the key.
I mean, it makes sense though.
Zoe Stark
Then-
is like watching cardboard.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't like her in NXT either. So,
Yeah.
but it makes sense to drag it on to the next pay-per-view.
They should have never done that match on Raw anyway.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments says Trish needs to go. She's always botching, but she's hot. Which is probably what they say when they bring that up in board meetings. They're like, she's hot. We have to have her.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Probably.
Vince
know-
is like, she's hot, man.
As terrible as it is to say, I felt that way about a lot of people that were on the roster. Like Lana,
Woohoo!
she's great personality and manager, but wrestler, get the out of here. You know what I mean?
I'm actually kind of happy Lacey Evans is gone.
What?
We'll be
I
able
thought
to see,
she was
Yeah.
a
we'll be
good
able
wrestler.
No,
We'll
Yeah,
be
I
able.
thought
No,
she
I'm
was
saying
good.
we'll be able to see more of her. If you know what I mean.
Oh, I got you, brother. Okay. Yeah. I got you.
You rather have that than the wrestling. Yeah, she's a pretty good performer though.
Yeah.
She was a
Yeah.
very good performer, but I like her
We'll
accent
see.
better.
They just didn't have a good storyline for her.
Yeah.
She came back
Nah,
from
they
being
didn't.
pregnant.
Nah.
That
They
says
tried that
Trish's
Sergeant
story.
Slaughter gimmick for a little bit, but
That's the story for every single wrestler ever. Is they don't have a good storyline for them, and then because they don't have a good storyline, they let go of the talent because they can't come up with a good storyline. It's not that the talent isn't doing their part. It's
Yeah.
not the talent's not filling their requests. The talent's going out there and doing what they need to do. But then the writers run out of stuff that they think is good enough for TV, and then they're
Yep.
like, "Well, shit, we don't have anything for you." And they're like, "Well, I've done everything you asked me to do." Yeah, but we don't have anything else to write for you. So, I mean, if you think about it, there's so many talents that have been lost over the years. Look at Hulk Hogan. People forget Hulk Hogan in 1992 felt like he was still the main event, the top guy, the end all be all. And Vince McMahon said, I think Hogan's run his course, and we're going to move on with younger talent. It wasn't Hogan just wanted to leave and wanted to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Vince said, I think you've done your thing. And Hogan said, okay. And then he went off. He goes and does some movies. He goes and starts a TV show. And what happens? Vince calls him back. Hey, WrestleMania's coming up around the corner. You want to come back in this beefcake IRS $1 Million Man angle? Sure. Comes back. Well, while you're here, we're going to put the strap on you. So we're going to need you to stay until maybe June or so. Okay. Then he stays till June. No shit. Stays for, several months. Then next thing you know, they're done with him again. He waits a full year, and goes into WCW. People forget they ran out of storylines for Hulk Hogan. So,
well, Vince knew that Hogan was money, and if they could bring him in for a little bit to make some extra money, why not?
yep.
Let's see. Someone says they hope that Zoe doesn't get lost in the shuffle after Payback. I don't think so, man. I think right now they're going through like a rebuild with their roster, and they're trying to make stars out of people, or at least lay the foundation. Then someone else said Knight gets way over, and then they keep fucking that up. Well, we'll get to the LA Knight match here in just a few.
Another one's true, but Zoe wasn't that good in NXT. She got injured, came back, and then she faced Mandy Rose, and Mandy Rose beat her with her own knee brace. There wasn't. The storyline for Zoe, no matter what, sucked.
Yeah.
I just think Trisha's did her time. It's time to move on, let her move on. Let some of these younger people come in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've said that about others holding the titles for umpteen amount of months or years, and then it's like, well, let's let somebody else get the strap and bring up the newer talent. No, we don't want to do that. Just like with the Gunther right now, he's not going to lose it because they said in a week he's going to have the record.
I don't even see him on the card for this one.
Who just wrote that last comment?
I don't know. It just says Facebook user. It said Zoe is sexy.
Ray Hall.
Yeah, Ray Hall.
Zoe is sexy AF. I don't know about that.
This is probably Trisha's last match. So was Sasha, but she ended up in New Japan. I mean, honestly, I don't think any of them are ugly. You know what I mean? Like, if you're an athlete and you're on TV, you probably ain't gonna be ugly. You know what I'm saying? Even Otis, he's a good-looking fella.
James Ellsworth was on TV, dude.
Hey, don't you talk shit about my man, all right? That's my dude.
He ain't
Or as Chris Jericho called him, Chin
You're talking about the man that beat AJ 3 times, okay? And won the women's Money in the Bank. How many men won the women's Money in the Bank?
Because he's chinless.
That's all right.
Man.
So just to throw it out there, I'm not going to talk a lot of AEW today at all. But
Thank you.
Good. I didn't need a nap.
Sasha Banks was at the event this past
Dr.
weekend.
Nick throwing in the.
She was at AEW?
Yeah, she was at the AEW All in Wembley. She was there up in the stands, up in the box.
Probably there to support Naomi.
Naomi's not in AEW.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's in TNA.
She's in TNA.
Page Sport Page.
Paige, okay. God, that's another one that needs to retire. I never liked her.
I did
She's
like
a-
her.
She's the
She's got the
AEW
strap
Women's
now, so
Champion.
she ain't going nowhere.
Pages,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just got the championship.
Sarah. They
I
call her
liked her
Soraya.
before she
Her name
left.
is
Soraya.
Sarah.
Soraya.
Hopefully she doesn't do any extracurricular activities with that title. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Her name is
Oh, good
Psoriasis.
Lord.
Yes, psoriasis.
Psoriasis. Cirrhosis.
I guarantee you there's already been some extracurricular activities with that title.
Oh yeah,
Hope there's no stains.
need to
Blacklight.
disinfect that sucker.
Keep it away from
Yeah.
blacklight.
All right. Let's reel it back in here.
Let's go. Next.
United States Championship match: Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio. Chuck, who you think?
I think Austin Theory is going to get it back.
Okay. What about you, Brian?
I think Austin Theory is going to win too, and I think Santos Escobar is going to turn on Rey Mysterio.
Shit, the LWO, the LWO. I don't know why I couldn't say that.
Latino World Order. Yeah.
I'll be
Theory.
honest with you. I've been so busy. I haven't got to watch in like a week and a half, SmackDown or Raw. I had no idea that AJ lost the title. Or Austin Theory, I'm sorry. AJ lost his title a long time ago.
Well, it wasn't that long ago, but
Yeah. Okay. Kev, your turn.
Yeah, Austin Theory will get it back, and then I agree with whatever that LWO dude will turn on the lawn dart.
No extra credit, Brian and Kevin, please.
all right.
Sorry, Austin Theory will win.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
Jackass.
Look, we can't let our inside jokes die. That's all we have. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
The fact.
All right, Will, what do you think?
I think Rey Mysterio pulls this one out.
Okay. Austin Theory can go to hell.
Now, what I would love to see is Rey Mysterio pins Austin Theory. Austin Theory beats him relentlessly, takes him to the backstage area, and launches him into the side of a trailer. But
That's what you think?
But at the same time, I just think Rey Mysterio is going to win.
I would love that.
Well, even if Austin Theory did that, as short as he is, that's only like a 2-foot drop.
That's okay.
Trailer's a trailer.
I don't care if he just
Trailer's
holds
a
on
trailer.
to him and rams him in it.
Hell, throw him off some stairs. I don't care.
God.
Damn.
Tell me how you really feel.
Took a minute to sink in. All right, Roger. what do you
Booyaka,
think?
booyaka, boom!
That's right.
Who was that falling out the sky?
R-E-Y, boom!
I want to say Austin because I think he's going to smash him. Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll stick with Austin Theory.
Someone says Austin wins and Cena dethrones him at WrestleMania. You think he's going to have the United States Championship that long?
Well, there was talk that they were giving they took the belt off him so because they didn't have no storyline for him, so they were going to give him a break.
Oh, okay.
That's why I thought LA Knight would. Huh?
Rey Mysterio, he's a Hall of Famer. He needs to retire. I don't want to see him anymore.
I think they were talking about Austin. You were talking about Austin,
yeah.
weren't you?
Austin Theory. They said that they took
Oh,
the
I'm
title.
sorry, brother.
They didn't have a storyline for him, so they were going to give him a break. That's why I thought it was going to be LA Knight. And then Austin Theory won that match, and I was like, well, maybe they found a new storyline for him.
Yeah,
I saw Kevin. What is it, about 4 months ago now? I saw Kev up in Indianapolis, and he's still big enough and bad enough and strong enough that he could still pick up Ray and throw him into the side of a trailer. So never rule that out, because there may come a night when Ray is just hanging out in the backstage area and Kevin Nash just shows up to dart him into a trailer again. Go ahead.
Damn. All right, Dr. Nick.
I saw that thing.
Okay, so I believe it's going to be Mysterio. And
Mysterio
the reason
wins?
why I think that is I think they're going to set up Dominic and Ray and combine the U.S. title and the NXT North American.
You're right, probably. Shit.
Maybe.
Really?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, why not? They
I
did
think
that with
they're wanting to.
Well,
I think they're wanting to phase that out.
that could be.
Damn
That
it.
very well could be.
maybe Will should just pay someone to do it for him. Okay. Don't tempt him now. He's got the cash. Shane, what do you think, man?
If you're old enough
A-Town
to
down.
remember,
Austin
if you're
Theory.
old enough to remember that moment on Monday Nitro from all them years ago, which I'm old enough to remember because I watched it happen live.
Me too.
That moment in wrestling will live with you forever. Like there
Oh
was
yeah,
you didn't know what the hell was going on. You really
there was
truly
passerbyers
believed-
that thought it was real. They called the
Yeah.
police.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
you
fire
really,
department
truly-
and everything.
Yeah, you truly believed that these guys were there beating the dog shit out of WCW wrestlers with baseball bats. You really truly believed it. Like it wasn't there was nothing fake about it. Like you didn't know during the NWO invasion how much of that was truly real. And that's what made it so great. And when he picked up Ray and threw him in the side of the trailer, I mean, they can teach you how to fall, I get it. But how do they teach you to get darted into a damn trailer? I mean, I guess you put your hands out, but still, at the same time, you know, and all I really remember from that moment too, the thing that always stood out to me, and I've talked about this 100 times, is he throws him into the side of the trailer, and Scott Hall must not have known that was going to happen because he literally doubles over with a big belly laugh, laughing his ass off when Ray gets started. Like Scott Hall literally like folds over laughing because there's no way he knew that moment was coming, and it was great. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, Shane, you said Austin Theory, A-Town down. You know, it's funny you brought that up because when I was a kid, this meant you were going to drop a deuce. So my man needs to take a break and come back with a new gimmick because every time he does
That must be a regional thing. I did not know that meant taking a dump.
Yeah, honestly, and like my friends, they used to act like they were doing a fadeaway basketball shot with it. They'd be like,
Yeah, I never do that.
drop
back
a deuce.
to-
Like,
Hey, real fast, back to that Rey Mysterio dart thing. Everybody in here is old enough to remember it, but I'd say me, Chuck, and Roger are old enough to remember it. We're probably drunk when it was happening because I know I was.
No comment.
I'll be back in 1 second. I gotta fix something over here.
Hey, I'm proud to be old.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ancient, but I still ain't gonna admit I was drunk during that time.
Oh, I'll admit it. It was probably moonshine too.
I think I was probably 14 years old at that time.
Yeah.
Probably about
High school?
14, school. Yeah.
No, eighth
Yeah,
grade.
maybe 8th grade, maybe first year of high school.
Yeah,
9th
was
grade,
that-
maybe
Yeah,
was that 96?
96.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, that was
Shit, I
that was
was
eighth grade for me.
16.
you had
I
a
was
few more years
16.
to go for a Margaret Ripple.
I was waiting on a package at work for it, so I turned on the TV and I just watched it until it got there.
What were you waiting on? Some WCW action figures?
No, it was a part for work. We needed a special part, and it was supposed to be special delivered, and I had to stay there until it got there. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna watch me some wrestling.
There you go.
Someone said in the comments that I was going to go drop a deuce. Nah, man, it's
That
getting
was quick deuce.
toasty in my room,
You
and
gave the
my
A-Town down symbol. Even gave the
No.
A-Town down symbol. He's like, I'm going to drop a deucer.
Yep.
nah,
Hey,
man.
Chuck,
How'd it
Chuck,
go,
let me
Doug?
ask you. Chuck made a great point. He said he was at work waiting on a package when that moment happened with Rey Mysterio. So that right there tells you everybody knows where the hell they were when that moment happened because it was that damn cool, right?
Oh
Right,
yeah, I
besides
remember
that-
where I was.
But besides that point, right? Chuck, how long have you been collecting?
Oh, I'd probably say since '91.
Wow.
BC or AD?
Me too. That's awesome.
I've had some other things you gave to me, and like Andre. a couple of things from Andre and stuff, but nothing. I really didn't kick it in until about 91.
Isn't that incredible?
He had the action figures that were made out of rocks and sticks.
And I had to chisel them out.
See, I started
That's
heavy
it.
collecting in '98, so
98.
I had to walk
91.
5 miles
91
to
for
the
me.
store.
Yep, Christmas of '91 is when I first started myself. So I'm right there with you.
1990
cool.
for me.
Shit, I
Nick,
started
you got me
collecting
with that
wrestling
shit, Nick.
3 years ago.
Yeah, there
As a
you
matter
go.
of fact,
Yo.
the first figures I ever had, the LJNs were going on clearance at Toys R Us, and because the line ended in late 1989, and I remember going to Toys R Us in 1990, and they were like a couple bucks a piece, and my mom and dad said, "Pick what you want." I just went through and threw them all in the cart.
Shane, I'm with you, man. I'm a new collector too. Probably. I mean, I started going pretty hard on it 4 or 5 years ago, and then took a 2-year hiatus. I'm back on a break. It's not going to be that long though, but
Yeah, I watched wrestling a lot growing up, and then in high school, I kind of, got into drugs and girls, and then out of high school, I was into drinking and girls, and then just partying, and didn't really watch it. And then I was real big into sports for a long time, and then when COVID hit and the sports were done, they had SmackDown on with no audience, and I started watching it, and next thing you know, I started watching it with my son, and 3-4 years later, here we are, still watching it.
so you were
awesome.
you were into girls, drugs, and partying. Sounded like you were a wrestler, man.
Yeah.
Especially back in the day.
I really started hitting it hard probably the last 2 years, and it's pretty cool that Harmony helps me out with this. She's just excited much about it as I am. She gets on there and looks, hey, you ain't got this. You need to get that. You need to get this. I mean, it's really cool.
that's the
Yeah,
same
that
way the
helps a lot.
missus is.
Luckily, my
wife's
wife
been the same way.
my wife is
for a
very
lot of
supportive
years.
too.
I remember when you and
I will
Harmony
tell you a quick story.
on.
Back before that, for this was back in 2018, 2019, or no, late 2018. When I was back in the dating world, I had a girl come back to my house, and I said, "I want you to see this room. This will determine whether you're going to like me or not," because I wasn't going to hide it. She goes down the hallway, opens the door, and goes, turns around. I didn't see her anymore after that. And I went, well, I guess I dodged that bullet, didn't I?
You know what's hilarious though? You didn't give her any hints at what was going to be in there at all. Imagine the possibilities in her mind.
What's in the box?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
She was probably
I
I'm
mean,
about to walk into a sex dungeon, and then she
Yeah.
opens the door and she's like, "Damn, not what I was looking for."
Yeah, maybe she was disappointed, man.
Yeah, she was thinking,
maybe
what-
I should have
what
done
is
the
that-
Ric Flair on the airplane gimmick. I don't know.
What is
The
that
helicopter.
movie? 50 Shades, right? 50
Yeah.
Shades?
I have
The
to show
movie?
you a pleasure room.
Yes, she was looking for Nick's pleasure room, and all she
And
found
he
was
says-
a bunch of toys.
And she
And she
says,
was like,
"What you mean,
"These
like
fo-
the Xbox or something?"
She's like, these 4-inch Hasbros, they aren't big enough. This ain't gonna work. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she wasn't upset. She was disappointed. She wanted
She
more.
was.
Yeah.
She jumped out that window like Marty Jannetty.
Oh Lord,
Yeah.
what an act of cowardice! What an act of
I know
cowardice!
This
Oh, I knew
episode
you
is
would do
brought
that.
to you. This episode is sponsored by 50 Shades of Nick. All right.
Yep. Exactly.
So let's get back to these
Hey.
predictions.
Hold on. What do you guys want to bet? Nick had to go take a piss, is what happened, and she went sneaking in there. Nick probably left his headset on. She could hear him pissing. She's like, "I'm getting the hell out of here."
She said,
That's what happened.
hey, it is what it is, man. She should have seen it from a positive standpoint. You're dedicated.
Was it?
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Is there a train in the
I hear a
background?
train.
Somebody hear a train?
I heard it too.
That
I
Is that
don't know where it's
Godfather?
coming from.
That
Is
would be
that the
my house.
Godfather? It's
What
the Ho
fuck?
train.
The Ho train just got here in the
The
middle
Ho
of
train.
talking about the dominatrix room. What the hell?
Now we know. Now we know where that lady ended up, Dr. Nick.
What episode is this today?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh hell, we done lost her for the night. Damn.
she's on her way to the Heartbreak Kid's house. Oh, Chuck Waggle. He's like, don't worry, I got a real pleasure room around here.
It's raining men, but come to find out, it's little 6-inch figures.
Oh Lord.
I told her I made 6 figures.
Yeah.
You didn't
Bless
tell her
it.
what 6 figures they were.
Bless it.
Jesus Christ.
Steven, can you not get us back on topic? What the hell is going on here?
All right, next match: The Miz versus LA Knight.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Hold
LA
on.
Knight.
Everybody knows that The Miz is going to be the elite
Yeah.
jobber.
Yeah.
The Miz has been a certified jobber for the past 3 years. If he wins this match, I will be damned. So I don't think we really need to talk about that one, right? I mean,
No, LA Knight.
in that case,
Nah.
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So, all right.
Let me
And
talk
then
to you.
Lastly, by the way, I saw your short on YouTube, by the way.
Hey, hold on 1 second. So there was a post I put in the group. I was showing something off, and I put, "Yeah,
Oh,
let
me?
talk to you." Facebook said that I did not. The way I put that was incorrect.
Someone in the comments said this video is going to get flagged on YouTube for violating standards. I assure you, I have said a lot worse on my personal YouTube channel, and we will be okay.
Man, fuck Facebook, man. They banned me off 2 of my accounts last night.
Well, I was talking about YouTube.
Not Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, Facebook might
YouTube.
actually do something about it, but we'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, Facebook's gonna come to Steven's house and punch him in the face.
Oh man, they better not.
That's assault,
Mark-
brother. That's
That
assault.
is a
Mark,
I've
you know
been
what?
at this for a
Hey.
while.
Thank God I got more of these in the fridge, man. Them little Kool-Aid jammers. That'll settle them down.
Give me a little bit of silence, everybody. Hold on.
You got a fart?
That's assault, brother.
That's right.
That's assault, brother.
Mark Zuckerberg is personally gonna drive to Steven's house and whoop his ass over this video.
Dude, if he drives
no,
anywhere, I would be surprised. I'm sure that man teleports because he's a fucking laser, or not a laser, a lizard.
He looks like a lizard.
I
All
tell
right,
you
what's
what,
next,
man,
Steve?
Ben missed out on a hell of a show tonight. Last match, undisputed tag team championships, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
I'm going with Finn and Damien.
I am too.
Damn, really?
I am too.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do it.
I think they're gonna get into it,
Yeah.
beef with each other.
Yep.
And it's gonna
Yeah.
cost them the match.
Well, see, I was thinking about that with the Seth and Shinsuke match. That if Damien come out to try to cash in, Finn may stop him. Or also, they may win the tag titles because of JD McDonough.
Yeah, that Funko Pop.
It looks like Dr. Nick had some connection issues, but he's back.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah,
my
you gotta
internet
take a
late at
look.
night kind of goes a little wonky.
Didn't y'all hear when Cody called JD a Funko Pop?
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of Cody, like, why isn't he on the card? Why isn't Drew on the card? Gunther?
Yeah.
I feel like if you have a belt, you should be on every show, like every pay-per-view. Like, what the hell? I mean, obviously Roman Reigns isn't there.
Well, I think they're having the match with Gunther and Chad Gable on Raw, which is weird.
Yeah.
Why in the world would you have a
Poor
title
Father
match
Jr.
for the Intercontinental Championship on a Monday Night Raw?
Is it Raw or was it
Because Chad
SmackDown?
Gable's gonna lose.
Yeah. But that match is going to
Yeah.
be good as hell.
Is KO and Sammy on the card?
Yeah, that's the
last
final match
That's
we're
who's in
talking
the
about.
match. That's who's in the match.
Well, he got disconnected.
Oh
so-
yeah,
Yeah.
Chad Gable is underrated as hell.
Yeah, it's going to be KO and Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest for the tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the hell did Chad Gable come from?
Because he's facing
He's facing
Gunther.
good.
Oh, there's no way they're gonna lose those.
Is that's
Everybody.
not on this on this card though,
No,
right?
no, that's going to be on TV,
Raw.
like on
It's on
SmackDown
Raw.
or Raw.
Stevie was just saying that if you have a belt, you should defend it on a pay-per-view.
No, that's on Monday Night Raw.
Gotcha.
I was
Yeah.
just saying it's strange that they don't have that on Payback.
Well, back in the day though, you know, they didn't have pay-per-views every month, and they used to defend the Intercontinental title all the time on Raw. So
True.
Yeah,
not too bad.
that's
Not too
true.
bad.
They
And
did.
something that you said way before, Will, talking about AEW, comparing them to WCW. They're having another pay-per-view this Sunday.
Are you
Oh,
joking
wow.
my ass?
Nope, they're having it in Chicago.
No,
And Punk's not
It's
there.
called. Last one was called All In. This one's called All Out.
they just had all them people pay all that money. I don't know how they expect them to fork out another $60.
That's ridiculous.
I'm
And,
just
and
saying
now
they're starting to go down. That ship's sinking.
I got to get everybody back in the order that they were. I feel so weird like that.
You know, the
There we
problem though is it's the same problem WCW had. Is the roster is just too big. The roster's too big. You start losing your talent in the shadows, and you know,
Yeah, they hired
same
way
thing
too many
happened-
people.
Same thing happened with WCW. You know?
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
somebody
So right
missing.
now, I said I
Someone
wasn't
asking
gonna
about
talk
Ben.
this,
He's
but-
sleeping. He
He-
needed
He's
time
at
off.
JBL's house.
So last year, sometime there was a fight backstage between CM Punk, the Young Bucks, and some other guy. I don't know who he is.
What was that, Kenny
So-
Omega?
Jack
no,
Perry?
No. So they suspended the Young Bucks and they suspended CM Punk.
Punk? Yeah.
Well, they brought Punk back for this new Collision on Saturdays, and at the All In pay-per-view, him and Jack Perry got in a fight backstage. So now he's suspended again.
And from what I'm hearing, maybe Miro.
Yeah, Miro possibly, and I know for a fact Jack Perry and CM Punk. But CM Punk was supposed to be at this one in Chicago, and because he's not, it threw other matches that he was supposed to be in, or other performers that were supposed to be in there with him. Now they don't have a match.
Well, that's what happens
So-
when you have too much meat in the locker room.
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
wasn't it supposed to be him and FTR?
No, it's supposed to be him against Ricky Starks.
Okay.
Someone said
And-
Miro's not suspended though.
That's what
Yeah,
happens
no.
when you keep bringing back a problem.
From the way I understood it about Miro, is Miro was trying to break it up.
Punk is the punk ass bitch. Not my
And
words.
you
Perry,
guys see,
Someone said that in the
Perry
comments.
better watch it. Dude's about the size of a stick, man.
I don't know, man. CM Punk could
Perry
beat
can whip
two
his
other
ass,
guys that were
I
his own
believe it.
weight.
somebody was holding up a sign at the pay-per-view in Wembley. It said, "The Punk is a big bitch."
Hey, did you ever hear the expression, if you meet an asshole in the morning, you met an asshole. But if you meet an asshole all day long, you're the asshole. So that's kind of the thought process with CM Punk. Everywhere he's ever been, he's had nothing but problems. So
Yeah.
ultimately, the common denominator is
Yes,
CM
sir.
Punk as
Yeah.
the damn problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be curious to see how well CM Punk would do in a room.
Hey there, buddy.
What's
Hey,
up, little
guy.
man?
Hey,
This is my son.
That's
This is Elias.
hey, Doctor Junior.
Walk
Elias.
with Elias.
Elias is a med student
You can
at
walk
the Dr. Nick
with
Institute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Night,
gonna
buddy.
ask this is like if CM Punk is such a problem, which I mean I totally can get behind that. If you put him in a room with Enzo Amore, doesn't that sound like great TV?
It does. It does.
Hell,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
I'd buy 2 copies of that on Blu-ray.
I won't be surprised if CM Punk leaves because apparently him and Tony Khan got into it and they haven't talked since. So
Dr. Nick, when did your figures come to life?
I was gonna ask if you grabbed him off the shelf.
Someone else asked if you named him after Elias from WWE.
I did.
Nice.
I actually did.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my nephew was named after Bray Wyatt too, right?
I think the next one will be Ezekiel.
You gonna do that, Dr. Nick?
Funny story. A buddy of mine, or no, actually, it's my cousin. He convinced his wife to name his son Luke Skywalker. His middle name is Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "How in the world did you do that?" And he goes, "I was like, good on you, man."
she just let me.
You got to be hung like a horse or something.
That's so.
I
That's
guess.
unbelievable.
Well,
you know?
I tried convincing her to let me name the next one Indiana, because my last name's Jones, and I said he could be an archaeologist. You know.
Oh yeah, Indianapolis Jones, man.
There we go.
Oh, I'll teach him to play guitar.
Someone else said if CM Punk leaves, who would really take him? He better stay wrestling so AJ Lee doesn't leave him.
Well, nobody likes her either, so
Yeah, nobody cares about her.
Punk has enough money. He doesn't have to.
I'll tell you what. The one thing that
He
shocked
just
me
he
that I
just
didn't
does it
know-
because he's bored.
I didn't know at the time. Cora Jade is AJ Lee and CM Punk's daughter.
Really?
what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
I don't
Jade
think
on
what?
Cora Jade on NXT. Look it up. Cora Jade on NXT is CM Punk and AJ Lee's daughter.
Is CM
How
Punk
the
and
whole-
AJ
how-
Lee like
How
50
the
years
hell did
old?
that happen?
How's that possible?
Roger, I don't know
Punk's
about
not
this.
even that old.
Hold on. I'll look
Roger,
it up.
what the hell are you smoking?
Hold on. Hold on.
What?
Give me
We
a sec.
don't we don't spread fake news over here, okay? So
Hold
Are
on,
you
give me
eating that
one
weird
sec.
popcorn or something?
Hold on.
Roger's been eating
I'll be
those
right back.
brownies.
He got into my brownies.
Hold on.
All right, I tell
Hey,
you what.
Roger.
where's the
Roger
wrestling
rolled a
historian?
goat
We
leg
could
with
ask
Sandy
him.
Brownies.
Hey,
Thomas
Siri,
Brunette's here. He's in the comments. I saw him talking earlier.
That is
Maybe
not
he can
true.
maybe
First
he
of
can
all,
verify it.
I don't think they're old
you
enough.
guys might, you guys
Oh,
not,
hold on.
you guys might not know this, but Cora Jade is definitely not CM Punk's child.
Hold on.
Come on, Fuzz. What are you doing, bud? I'm trying to do a live show here.
Okay, hold on. No, I'm wrong. I
kinda
stand
figured
corrected.
that.
I was wrong, gentlemen.
I was gonna say she's got to be like what, in her late 20s?
Yeah.
Well, you know what, man?
Who did daddy?
You can't say that. I had my kids when I was 24, 25. They're
Oh, you could have kids at 12 years old, but I figured we would have found out about CM Punk by now, especially if it was with AJ Lee.
Yeah.
I think somebody rolled a fatty for old Roger Pimp Daddy there, because that one was off the fucking charts.
Look, I'm gonna go back.
Somebody
and talk to
changed
people.
that on Wikipedia or something.
Did you have
Yeah.
the Godfather sign that Intercontinental belt and he had weed on his hands, so now you got the weed on you?
That's probably what it was. I'm gonna go back and
Yeah.
talk to my team that does my notes, and
Got some of that resin on there, man.
I'm gonna rip them apart.
All right, guys. Next up, let's move into show and tell before we derail.
Yeah. I got a funny story to tell you.
I only have one thing for show and tell.
What do you
this
mean
week.
before we derail? What do you mean before we derail? This whole show has been derailed.
Hell yeah, that's what we're all
We heard the
about.
chat. We heard the train.
Honestly,
Next week on Off the Rails podcast.
Yeah. This shit just got renamed tonight. This
Off
thing
the
just
ropes.
ran all the way off the trail.
honestly, it's been good. It's been better. Honestly, man, we should just off the cuff it.
Oh
every
yeah,
time.
Yeah, it's been a good show. It's just been wild. Like Cora Jade is the love child of AJ and CM Punk.
This is the funnest
Talking about
podcast there is.
dropping a deuce.
We talk over
Yeah.
each other. We don't give a
Town
damn.
down.
We got to cover our bases, man. You have to have fart and poop jokes in there, and pee jokes, and
Can I just say one thing before we go into show and tell? Just I
yeah.
want you all to know that if Ben Bowman was here right now, he would be scowling at all of you. Just so you know,
He's
think
probably scowling right now.
he probably is.
He better be asleep, or his ass is gonna
Hey,
get whipped.
I don't know if you guys can hear it. My dog's howling.
I heard it a little bit.
That's Ben.
All
I
right.
might
He's going.
have to
"Ugh."
wait for a second to go check on him.
So for show and tell this week, I got one item. I got it off of William White. Had him ship it to me loose, save on shipping, and that's the Hollywood Hulk Hogan here.
Let me
And
tell you something, brother.
Where's the title? Oh, there it is. Okay.
I got the title, man. Back up.
We didn't see it, man. You know.
This thing is glorious.
Hold on,
Of
guys.
course-
I'll be right back. I gotta check on my dog.
I got to put this other belt off of him so I can put this one on, but I'll do that off screen.
I
Also,
love
the-
those figures, man.
These sunglasses, dude, they are loosey goosey, man, and he does not look as cool with no glasses on, man. Look at that.
Yep.
Gotta have those glasses.
Oh,
on.
Hogan been eating them brownies too, man.
This is Brogan right here. But that's all I got for show and tell this week, man. I've been focusing my budget on other collecting. I've been collecting video games.
I'm planning on having one of those graded and encapsulated. That Hogan. That's a great figure to get graded and encapsulated.
Oh yeah, I forgot to show it to you without the cap on, man. He's just like, whoa, you know.
All
That
right,
is
so
straight up Hogan.
call me crazy, call me whatever you want. I always put on the Disney Channel for my dogs, right? So my
Everybody-
male dog,
Dogs can love Mickey.
every time Minnie's show comes on, he starts howling. And so I just walked out there to see, and it was the end of her song. He was howling through the whole thing.
Looks like
And
a
he
drunk
loves
uncle at a
dogs.
barbecue.
Isn't Goofy a dog?
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
Pluto, isn't it?
Someone's
Dog
chanting.
too.
Someone's chanting for Ben. You want Ben?
What the fuck?
Well,
Okay.
one thing. I'll tell you.
Well,
My name's Ben. There's
Get
Ben.
this out of my house.
Get
Like I
this
said.
out of my house.
It's
Guys,
my
Like I
turn.
said,
The
It's my
prices,
turn.
keep
like I said.
going up.
like I said.
They don't sign anymore.
Get it while you can. This was the only one I have.
Get this out of my house so my wife doesn't kill me.
Now
I'm
I
gonna
hope
put
he
somebody in the
doesn't.
tonight.
He's
Now I
gonna
hope he doesn't.
he's
listen
gonna be
to this.
cussing us when he sees this.
He's gonna be getting pictures of us to rip on the show. All right, Chuck, what do you got for show and tell this week, man?
I got a few little things here. I got this.
Oh,
That's awesome.
that is
Pretty cool.
amazing.
That's cool.
Yep, and then I got
Oh my gosh.
I have
Lily,
found that, and then here's the part that really threw me off too is I decided me and Harmony loves Halloween, so we're going to dress up, and I decided I was going to go as Bray Wyatt as the Fiend.
Mhm.
I got the stuff to do that, so I'll get a picture of it once I get all finished. But it was before his death, and I mean, it was like, wow, it hit me pretty hard.
so is that his
Thanks so much. Period.
light, his lamp right behind you in the back?
Yes, yep.
Yeah, it is.
I got his belt. I got almost everything. Only thing I need now is his gloves, and then I'm set for Halloween.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And then I got this on the day that he passed.
That's a great Funko.
Oh,
Damn, I gotta go to Walmart, man.
I got to get myself caught up.
I have that one signed. It's great. It's great.
I didn't even know they had a Christmas Bray or Christmas Fiend.
Yeah. And then I got this as well.
That's a sweet thing.
Nice. She
Cheeky
Cheeky boy.
baby.
You know, I hate that they don't fucking put those cool stands with every one of those retros. Like some of them get them and some of them don't. That's bullcrap, man.
Bitch at them.
I am. It's probably Ringside Collectibles' fault, man.
It is.
Fuckers.
Probably is.
It's Ben's fault.
I
Yeah,
blame
Ben.
for everything.
Poor Ben.
Damn, Ben. Took it out of the package and glued it back. Brian, what do you got this week, man?
All right. Well, I have quite a bit to show because, so from Williams' last JSA, I got my Razor JSA,
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
and then my.
There you go.
Those are good pictures, man.
This is my Chuck Waggle auto right there.
So
Nice.
let me point something out real quick. Have you ever noticed that every HBK auto has a wiener in it?
What?
Yeah, right there.
I haven't looked at
Yeah.
close at it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Somebody asked him
true.
during a signing. He does it on purpose.
He would because he's a cocksucker.
Yeah, I was about to say he's a dick.
My next thing is I put a bid on this on eBay and I got it really, really cheap, but I love this figure.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hell
for
yeah,
real?
dude.
I got it really cheap, so
Hell yeah, that's great, man. All right, Kev, what do you got this week, man?
what?
Why was this kidding?
He's fucking with you. Keith.
He's like, what?
Anyway, my next item is I won this in a raffle from Cameron.
Uh,
I love that.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Sid
Softball
Vicious.
Sid.
Yep. I also got the new Ultimate Andre
Nice.
and the Ultimate Seth. I'll go
Love
quick.
the Seth.
I do have quite a bit.
That's
finally
what I'm
came in
looking
for me.
is the ultimate set.
This finally came in for me too. Finally,
What? That's already getting shipped out?
yeah. So there's Brett.
Damn, too bad I don't have the freaking money to buy that right now.
There's HBK with a big ass hat.
Yeah, you're right, man. He is a big ass hat.
Cody.
Cody.
And then the Mankind.
Mankind. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Very nice, very nice. Someone's saying in the comments they wonder if Sean would sign their Playgirl magazine. I don't know since he's born again, but maybe he would.
So the next thing I have is I got a $100 mystery box from William.
Oh, yeah.
I got in a bunch of trading cards. I'm not going to go over every single one of them, but I got quite a bit. I also got a Marty Jannetty,
Nice.
Papa Shango, Gerald Briscoe, Dean Malenko, Ming, Marty Jannetty again. And then, William, I'm going to need your help on this because I don't know who's that guy. Is that Tyler Maine or is that?
Tyler Maine, yeah.
Okay. So I got that too. And then I got this Armageddon DVD.
Oh wow.
Nice.
So I got all that for $100, which is, well, it's more like probably a $200 mystery box.
You know, a lot of people don't remember Tyler Maine as Big Sky in WCW, and he tagged with
Yep.
Vinny Vegas.
Yep, he was. He was
And then-
Demo's partner.
Then I also got this in the mystery box too.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Red Heart.
And then
I
I also
can't-
got this from, well, go ahead, Steven.
I just can't believe Will sent someone a Bret Hart figure because he loves Bret.
It wasn't Will, was it? What did you say, Ben?
You said it was from Will, right? The mystery
Oh.
box.
Hell, I don't know.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought so. And then I also got this from William. So this is something you don't see every day. I had to have it though.
That's
The Hulk
beautiful.
Hogan
Oh,
cake
yeah.
pan. It comes with the instructions and
Dude,
everything.
you
And then obviously-
you got to make a cake with this.
Brian, you got to tell them what we found in the catalog. What did we find?
So William was going through some catalogs that he got an abundance of magazines in, and one of the magazines, you know, they had the merchandise you can buy, and in there was cake pans, and it was a Hogan cake pan, and he
Hell
tagged
yeah.
me in it, and
Hey
But there's
Brian,
more.
Badass.
Brian, you know
Yes.
what kind of cake you can make in that cake pan?
what kind of cake can I make in that cake pan?
A beef cake.
Interesting you say
What's
that,
the
'cause-
Duncan Hines,
From-
brother?
And interesting you say that because for Michael Bure, I got a Bruce the Barber Beefcake autograph mag.
Nice.
Just don't butcher that cake.
And then I know you guys have probably seen this already, but I got the Ali 2-pack.
Shit, yeah. Did you open it?
Show it off.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah,
I know you guys have seen it. And again, this is another thing I know you guys have seen. But I also got my Gobbledygooker and Taker 2-pack.
Love it.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I mean, who doesn't love that figure right there?
I know.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
nice. I like it. I like that shirt too.
Thanks.
Yes.
So are you broke now? Because damn.
No, I'm not broke. I also got this from Michael too.
Oh yeah.
Love that
Sweet.
The
Marco.
model.
And then
Hey, who remembers the name of his cologne in the sprayer, guys?
Arrogance.
Hey, arrogance.
Arrogance. Hell yeah.
And then this last thing I have, and I just got this in the other day.
Oh
jealous.
man.
Jealous.
Hot rod. Yep.
There's Roddy
You get-
Piper.
Nice.
Bam Bam.
Oh,
Very
Bam,
jealous
bam.
of that.
who did you order that through?
Hogan.
You got it through Hogan?
But the best one.
Yes.
Yep.
Mr.
They
Perfect.
canceled mine. They canceled my
Oh
perfect.
man, was that through Walmart?
No, I got it from a different website.
Black
I
market
have to-
wrestling
I have to
figures?
look. No, it wasn't. These aren't definitely black markets. But...
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Oh, and
They
then one
gave
last
you-
thing.
they gave you the
One last-
Mattel distribution box.
Yeah, I know they shipped it in. They shipped a box on top of that box. Like it was packed very well. Last thing I got from Michael was this pack of cards. I'm gonna open it up.
Hell yeah. Still got the gum in it.
Yep.
Someone said Authors of Pain with Paul
Chew the
headed
gum.
to NXT.
Yeah,
What?
Jerry to eat it.
Chew the gum.
Do it.
I don't know. No, I'm good.
Hey, it ain't gonna do nothing to you, man.
So I have
Chew it.
George Animal
George
Steel.
the Animal
Fuck it.
Steel.
I'll do it.
Yes.
Nice.
Tell me how
That's a
But
does
hey,
it feel?
That's a brave man right there.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, Brian's gonna be calling out of work.
Brian's gonna have the shits.
That's fun.
Brick.
Yeah, these cards are okay, but ooh, a nasty taste.
You guys ever be chewing gum and you accidentally swallow it, and you always make this noise. You go. You try to shoot it back up. You're like,
My
That's all I have
question
to
is,
tell them.
when you swallow it and you go to take a douche, you never see it.
dude. One time I chewed a piece of gum so much for so long that the shit evaporated in my mouth. I thought
Damn.
something was happening because it just disappeared, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
What was it? Fruit stripe?
It was. I think it was actually the gum that's in those Tootsie Pops.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
you were gonna
But
tell
more
me you
importantly,
did a bubble.
but more importantly, why is Nick examining his shit for the gum?
That's what I was
Did you guys-
thinking.
No, I'm
I
just
was
saying.
Say that.
Like
That
when,
went over me.
when you accidentally swallow gum,
like,
I'm surprised it processes through your body.
it doesn't.
It
Takes a
doesn't-
while.
It
It
comes
doesn't
out.
process.
You have a bubble.
Takes a little while. A bubble, bless
Yeah.
it.
You fart
You let
bubble.
it fart and it just goes.
Well, Brian,
Oh
I got to
my
give you a
God.
grunt for that, man.
Hey,
That was a
Ryan,
good haul, man.
Ryan kicked some serious ass this week on the
Very good
show
haul,
and
man.
tell. Holy shit, Brian!
Spare no expense this week, man.
But hopefully soon I'll have some graded stuff to show you guys and some retros that I'll be able to show you guys. And
You should have graded stuff by next podcast.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? That's what they gonna be saying. All right, Kev, it's your turn. Try to outdo that.
I'm not. I have one item and maybe a little bit of cheap heat with it, but here's the one item that I have.
oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
If you look on eBay and everybody else, they're wanting close to $100, lots of money. There's
Yeah.
people buying them. You know, this is a sweet figure. and I hate scalpers. So, and I hate anybody that's just selling these and everything. So, to those scalpers, I want to say fuck you. And
No.
Yeah. There you go,
Let it
Kev.
breathe.
Jesus,
Hell
he fucking
yes,
ripped that
man.
thing apart.
you want to buy it now, motherfuckers? It's mine. Fuck you.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll still buy it.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I thought it was
I love
funny
it,
how you
Kev.
were like real casual about it though. You're like, oh, and to the resellers, fuck you, you know, and I'm gonna open this
There it is.
Nice, Kev.
Nice.
with the soft goods, man.
Soft goods.
Soft goods is where it's at.
Somebody's upset in the
I
comments.
think we need a
Probably
grunt for that,
Thomas's
Steven.
ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yep.
probably Thomas. I gotta
It is
get that
Thomas.
whole superstar set that Brian's got, man. You gotta give me that link.
I'll share it in the chat.
Also, how much was that Defining Moments pack?
Oh, 100 and
I think it's like
I want to say
Let me
120.
stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. That's too much. Over a hundo? Probably 120, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
30 a figure. Yeah.
but if you guys seen the new boxes
Sweet.
of the legends coming out, they look just like these Defining Moments. The box does
Yep.
anyway.
That's a great set. Honestly, that set and the superstar set, man. Killer shit. You got all of the good stuff that is coming out. Like you got the Ali set. Holy crap, man. Like,
Yep.
all
Pretty
right,
cool.
Will, what do you got?
All right, I'm only going to show two things this week. I got a lot. I mean, I saw a lot from the convention, and then I got a lot from the mail as well. But I also got the Defining Moments figures from ringside as well. I got the Sean, I got the Brett. I'm going to rip them open, but I'm not going to do it tonight. Normally I would do it live, but I'm not going to because I want to show something else. This is something else that I picked up this week, one of the greatest pay-per-views of all time. If you doubt that, then there's something wrong with you. But the Hogan makes his debut in WCW against Flair for the title. This is not an easy tape to find when it's not a video store copy. There's a lot of video store copies of it out there, but to find one that was never used in a video store that belonged in somebody's private collection is really incredible. So if you're into the VHS like I am, you know how rare this is to find. The box is in really good shape, so I'm really excited to add that one. But I'm not going to show. Honestly, I got about 25 other things this week that I can put up here, but I'm not going to. What I want to show is you guys saw Bray at the beginning of the show in the rocker with the lantern. I also put, before I heard what happened with Roman with the belt, I also put the Universal title on Bray, the newest Bray
Awesome.
Ultimate that I had got a little while back. I opened it live when we were doing a podcast before he passed, and I actually put the belt with him. And then, of course, we found out after he passed that Roman had dedicated that belt to him and retired it with him. So I would definitely assume this figure is going to get graded at some point in the near future. And also, too, I hope Kev doesn't mind me telling you, but Kev and I are both having the Burnt Fiend Elite. The Burnt Fiend, you guys might remember that figure. It was a real badass figure where
Yeah.
Bray's hands are up over his ears. Kev and I are both having those graded as well and encapsulated because it was just such a unique figure. You don't see stuff like that. So, like I said, I didn't want to take a whole lot of time showing. I mean, I literally got probably 25 or 30 new things this week. But I thought it was more important to show the Bray with the belt and talk about the the burnt fiends that Kevin and I are having encapsulated.
Hell yeah.
So.
You got that bad boy, you got that shirt on him.
He's
Soft
awesome.
goods.
Yep.
Hell yeah. The soft goods, man. I like soft and I like goods. All right, Roger, what do you got this week, man?
I got a few things. So I put this out there last week. Went to Walmart and they had two Owen Harts, one in the very back and one at the front. And I went and checked out the one at the back and it was a Chase. So I picked
Damn.
that up.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna have to go to Walmart this weekend and see if I can find that because I really want me an Owen.
And then I got the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Hell yeah! Why do they put him in there with his arms like that? Like his hands?
If you think about it, that's what he does when he comes in. He's like,
Yeah, I guess you're right. It just kind of looked a little weird to me, but you're right.
and then I got the WrestleMania AJ Styles, which comes with the Build-A-Figure for Vince. So I'm gonna get the Bret Hart, the Shawn Michaels, and the Stone Cold, and make the Vince and have
Hell
that
yeah.
turn in. Which I got to talk to you about that after this. Will, don't let me forget.
Okay.
And then I found The Rock
Love it.
at Walmart, and Kev said he needed one, so I went back and found him one. He'll have that. I'll ship that out to him on Friday, so he'll have that for the next podcast.
I'll open it.
I found this and I was shocked. Matt Riddle, and it's not one of the new Matt Riddles. It says "Hey Randy" on the T-shirt.
I love that it comes with the scooter. That's so cool.
Oh yeah, I seen it and I was like, I have to grab it.
That's an awesome figure.
So then I also found the Andre Ultimate,
Nice.
and then
I still, all the stores that I was in on my travels, I never found one single Andre. If it wasn't for Chuck Waggle sending me one, I wouldn't have one. So shout out again to Chuck. Thank you, Chuck.
yeah, I'm looking for the. I can't find the Seth. That's the only one I can't find.
I want to find another one so I can get it encapsulated.
So then Will had the signings with Papa Shango, Godfather, and then the One Man Gang and Akeem the Dream. And I sent in my logo
That's awesome.
to get signed.
That's
And
so cool.
This thing pops.
Look at those colors.
Move it more to your left. Left.
Great.
Your other left.
There you go. There you go.
My military left.
That looks great.
That is great,
Yeah.
man. I like the color
Those
selection
colors
on
are
that.
awesome.
Yeah, this thing totally pops. I mean, it's just awesome. I can't thank Will enough for that. And then I got a turnbuckle from Ben a while back. And I just got it in the mail for him and turned around and sent it right over to Will. And he got signatures on that too.
Nice.
So,
Sweet.
yeah, that's
The team, the One Man Gang, Shango, Godfather, and Kama all on that one. Nice.
Yep. And then I sent in my IC belt, and Will got it signed for me from Godfather.
Godfather, yep.
Awesome.
I always get so jealous when you guys tell me that like you're you find this stuff at your Walmarts and Targets, man. My Walmart and Target sucks.
Mine does too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check out this one Target. It's a get 40 miles away. To see if they come up with the sets from there.
But I told you why mine sucks. It's because of the guy that runs the wrestling shop in Lexington, Kentucky. He's got people that works there at the Targets and the Walmarts and gives them a bit of money, the workers, to get the good stuff, and we don't get shit.
So I
Apparently
was telling
there's
you guys earlier that I was so focused on getting everybody else's stuff done that I literally did not get mine finished. I got Akeem on there, but I did not get my Papa Shango on there. So I was a little disappointed in that, but you know what? I'll see him down the road, and I'm just glad everybody else's stuff came out good, and that's what matters to me, because I had quite a few items that people had sent in, and got those all back to them, except for one. I think one person's waiting on a magazine, but you know, really come out great, Roger, man. That looked incredible. I'm really glad you got that. I'm glad you're happy with it.
Yeah, that came out awesome. I'm more than beyond happy with it.
And you know what Ben said when he was selling those, he's like, it's a good collection starter piece.
You,
Get-
you
Yeah,
got to stop, dude.
when I got it from Ben, it had Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Tatanka, and Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Hell yeah.
And so now I got a couple more spots I can put some more in, but yeah, I'm very happy with that. Thank you, Will.
Yes, sir.
Someone in the comments said that there's a toy box toy show in Portage, Indiana, September 9th. So I think that would be most relevant to Nick since he lives in Indiana.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
have to figure out how far that is from me.
How many of us are working on those project pieces right now? I know there's a bunch of those out there now.
I mean, I got this turnbuckle here, but I mean, I'm not in any rush, to get more on there.
No, I'm talking about those logo pieces because I know we sold quite a few of those to the group. Nobody was doing that shit before us.
Hell
DRC started that shit and has been doing it ever since. No other group was doing that before us.
No,
So
we're the best. They copy us. Fuck them.
Tell me how you really feel.
You're so casual about telling them "fuck you" today.
I can say it all night. I can go all night. Woo!
all night long. Woo.
All right, Dr. Nick, it is your turn.
All right. So I went to Target earlier, and of course they price match with Amazon, and I picked these up. I got Chuck Taylor.
I could have swore you was gonna say Chuck Waggle.
No, Chuck Taylor.
He's one of the best.
Series 8. Yeah, one of the best friends with Trent. I got Brian Danielson.
Nice.
I got these for $15 a piece.
Brian Danielson is the headliner for WrestleCade this year in Winston-Salem, who's doing signings.
I got the Luminaries, Corazon De Leon, Chris Jericho.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Hey, somebody that was talking about that convention near you, Nick, they said William White's going to have a table there, and it's only $3 to get in.
Oh, cool. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
I got the other half of the best friends, Trent. And these are the ones I got from Ringside. I got the Luminaries, Owen Hart.
Yeah, they had that one there too. That's the one I didn't pick up. They had the Luminaries and they had the Chase.
See, I'm surprised because my Walmart's been stuck with 97 Adam Pages and what's that woman wrestler? Or
Thunder Rosa?
yeah,
No.
Thunder. No,
Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose. Yeah.
I got the Luminaries collection, King of Hearts, Owen
Oh,
Hart.
nice.
That's cool.
What?
That is
Yeah.
cool.
You got that at Target?
No, this was Ringside only. You can only get this on Ringside.
Oh man, I hate the Ringside exclusives.
Uh,
I don't hate them. I hate that I have to buy it from Ringside. You know? What I'm saying?
yeah, I got the Defining Moments, Shawn Michaels,
Yeah, that's the third one of
aka
those
Big
tonight.
Ass Hat.
Yep.
That's the third one of those tonight.
Everybody's having some sunny days this week.
I got. Oh boy, she looks rough.
Yes,
I got
she does.
the Bret Hart.
That's the third one of those tonight too.
Yep.
Did you get the whole
And
set?
I actually did not get the whole set. I bought them separately because Cody and
Mankind.
Mankind were sold out, so I bought them separately. So I'll
Dang.
end up getting those whenever they come in. And I
By the
also
way,
got
that whole 4-pack is $110. I just looked, and
Yeah.
if you just want to buy the box is $2 for anybody that might be relevant to.
I got Elite 103 Stardust.
Oh yeah,
Where'd you find that at? Ringside?
yeah, it was on
Ringside.
Ringside.
Yep. And let's see. One thing to finish it off. Now, a lot of people may disagree with me on this. A lot of people love the Ultimate Edition that came out. I don't think it looked that great. I thought soft goods look good, but certain ones it doesn't. The Cody soft goods that were put on the Ultimate look horrible to me. I think the Supreme is much better.
I have a Supreme.
I-
I agree.
I love that fig.
I am okay with sometimes them using the rubber coats. For things like this with detail, some things you just can't get across in the soft goods. The soft goods
Yeah.
coat that they put on there looks like a trench coat. It doesn't look right. I mean,
It
with
doesn't
this,
glisten.
you've got all the shininess of the jacket, you've got the gold studs, you've got the gold leaf. Plus, with these, you get 2 more heads, a microphone, 2 belts, a shirt, and another set of legs if you want to change out that. The Supremes are awesome. I mean, they're a little bit more expensive, but I think they're amazing. I think they are definitely worth the price. I mean, essentially, you're getting 2 different figures in the box.
Yeah, I'll be honest with
'Cause-
you, man. I like that they put the accessories like that on the side.
Yeah,
it
looks a
doesn't.
lot better.
Yeah, it doesn't
yeah.
take it away from like the
Well,
display.
and a lot of people don't know this, and I've done this with some of them. If you want to use the other legs, all you do is take the top part of the torso of another Cody figure, pop that on the legs, because these come apart.
Yeah.
So, I was very happy with that, and I'm actually thinking about getting the second one, and I don't know how easily it'll be, but I'd love to try to get it signed. I don't know how it's possible, but I think it would look beautiful with a nice red and blue paint pen.
And everything's
But
great with more hit. So
Yeah, I
You
mean
know, when I
that's
go-
all I got. So
When I go to Taco Bell and I can get the regular hard shell taco or I can get the taco supreme, I'm always going supreme.
Yeah.
So
What the
quick
fuck?
thing,
Fire sauce.
quick thing before we go on. So we always joke that I always fart at Target, right?
Yeah.
So we just for some reason I always go to Target after I get done eating. So I walk away from my wife, and she's like, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'll be right back." So I go over to the towel section and rip one all through the aisle. There's nobody there. Nobody there. I'm safe. We're heading up to the registers. I hear these 3 college girls. They're talking to each other. One of them goes, "Hey, let's go look at the bath towels." And I went, "I wouldn't do that."
Oh, you tried to warn
not
him.
at least for 15 to 20 minutes.
All I can picture is them going over there and going, "Oh my God."
Nick, you've got to start using the air freshener aisle for farting. It makes sense.
Well, you know what my wife says? She said, "You should have said, hey, I wouldn't go over there. Some asshole to shit."
It's called Target, not fart it.
Yeah.
I got the
But
squeal
yeah,
out.
that's,
Now, the funny part is, he said we always joke about it. That ain't no joke.
That's serious.
No,
That's a joke there.
That's serious.
That's serious business right there.
Legitimate.
well, see, here's the thing. Normally it's angry shit. So that was a happy shit.
Man, you know, I'm just looking at the counter up here. What's fucked up? It seems like we just started 10 minutes ago and we've been going for an hour 40.
I know. Hey,
Yeah.
can I make this point real quick though? All right, along with Nick's whole situation. If you're gonna have to use a public bathroom, which I'm not really a public bathroom kind of guy, but if you're gonna have to use a public bathroom, I would highly recommend you use Target's bathrooms because they are always the nicest and the cleanest of any public bathroom out there. So
Oh, yeah.
I would encourage anyone and everyone out there that's listening to me right now, or that hears this on YouTube, or hears this at a later date, use the public bathroom at Target. I encourage you to go find the Target bathroom and use it.
I felt like a damn
That's
Hollywood
that's
star
why
that-
they have the Target on the front.
And just to
because they're
clarify, this
telling
is
you-
not. We are not sponsored by Target's bathroom.
Stevie,
If
were
you got to
making me
drop a
dizzy.
deuce, go
Yep.
to Target.
A-Town down at the Target.
I tell you what, man, our viewership went up when we started talking about farting and taking shits. I think we
Yep.
need to rebrand
Reband shit mark.
the Wrestling Shit and Fart Podcast.
No, I felt like Hollywood Square when you was moving our shit around. I got dizzy.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. I don't know why it keeps. I guess because some people keep losing connection or something, so they swap.
You just
Normally,
want to go
normally
to
I
Hey,
Square.
Brian.
no, hold
Brian,
on.
did you
Normally,
got
normally
your
I
charge?
wouldn't tell this story. I wouldn't tell this story to anybody because it's fucking embarrassing, right? Like it's fucking embarrassing. But I'll tell you guys this story since it's just us listening, right?
Yeah, just
So
us.
Yeah,
just
And
us.
and
There's
11
there's
viewers.
no one else. Yeah, whatever. So there was a time, speaking of Target's bathroom, there was a time where, you had one of those late night meals and you start getting the old bubble guts and you're like, ooh, I don't know if I can make it out of this Target, to a safe destination. And so I had to swing by the old Target facilities one time, right? And I felt safe because it was such a beautiful, clean restroom. And I ran in there, and of course, there's nobody in there because there's nobody in Target. There's never anybody in Target. There's like two people and two people working. That's it. So I go in the bathroom. I go in the handicap stall because it's a lot bigger. I'm a big man. I like to have the space to move around. And first thing I do is
Move around.
I'm a smart fucking guy, and I look over at the toilet paper dispenser, and I see two rolls in the toilet paper dispenser. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm set. There's paper in there, right? So I go in. I'm handling some business, whatever. And I go to grab the paper. The only thing that's in the paper thing is just the roller. There's no paper in it. It's just two empty rollers.
Oh shit!
And I'm like,
Oh,
oh my God. Like, first of all, I'm not a public bathroom guy at all. Second of all, my first instinct was I need to reach in my pocket and pull my phone out and call someone from the store to bring me paper into the bathroom. And then I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer here. So I'm thinking, and again, I'm all alone. There's nobody in there. And I'm like, what if I just bend over forward? And so, I mean, I don't want to make a mess, flush the toilet because the toilets don't flush. They don't have handles. You have to like get off of them from the flush, whatever. So I'm like,
Right.
I'm going to lean forward
Get some
and I'm
stank
going
out of
to
there.
scoot my clothes underneath the stall and my shoes under the stall, right? And I mean, it was rough because look, I got a phone in my pocket, I got a wallet, I got an electronic smoker that I use, I got a fucking handgun with, fully loaded magazine in it, and I'm like, this fucking couldn't happen to anybody else, right? So I slide the shit under the stall to the next stall. I fucking reach up, true story, unlock the door, open the door, lean forward, and fucking like waddle to the next stall, bent over, get in the next stall, shut the fucking door, sit down, and there's paper. No one sees it. No one knows it. I'm fucking golden, right? I'm golden. I'm good. Handle my business, do everything I need to do, go wash up really good. Thank God above, no one comes in, right? And then I get out of there. I walk out. I'm probably out, I don't know, 10 minutes trying to get to the truck. Because now I'm kind of flustered because this has been a traumatic experience at this point, right? And I'm like, where the fuck is my phone? Where's my
Oh
phone?
no!
So I have my gun because I'm so conscious about making sure I have my gun and making sure I don't ever leave it anywhere or anything like that. I sat my fucking phone down on the toilet paper holder in the busted ass stall with no toilet paper, so I had to go back in there. I had to go back in the bathroom. At this point, there's people in the bathroom, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I'm looking. Finally, there's nobody in there. I open the bathroom door, I get my phone, I get the fuck out of there. So again, true story, really embarrassing, but shit happens. So go
There's
ahead.
no way you can make that shit up.
I'm gonna
At
need
least,
counseling. It was traumatic.
so it says at least you're not like Jeff Daniels dropping it all in the toilet. Doesn't flush and Dumb and Dumber. Flush, you bastard.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I actually have a Walmart bathroom story. It's just real quick though. It didn't happen to me. I was in there washing my hands because I was done. But there was a senior citizen taking a dump in there, and I could tell because he had the old guy shoes on. You know, like the
What?
beige. He had like the beige,
The New Balance.
the beige Velcros. You know, and
Oh,
when I heard,
yeah.
and then so
Oh God, shoes.
So I'm like waiting to wash my hands. There's like 4 or 5 people in this bathroom, and I'm waiting to wash my hands, and I hear him stand up. You know, he goes, you can tell because the shadow under the door or under the stall. He stands
Sometimes
up.
you need leverage, you know.
He flushed the toilet. He stands up. So he's standing up, and I hear, and you know what he said? With the most serious voice I ever heard in my life, he said, "Oh my God." I got out of there, man. But I'm pretty sure that guy thought he was done, and he finished on his butthole.
What the
The Lord called that man home.
Yeah, and that was, I was working at Walmart at the time, and I never used the front bathroom ever again.
Did you ever see that man again? Or did he die on the spot?
I don't know what he looks like, man. All I know is the old man Velcros and his voice. I didn't want to stick around.
Oh,
You know,
shit.
Hold on a second. Let me tell you this. So you guys know I ran Big Blue Supercenters for a long time, right? You guys know that's what I did. That's the life I came from.
Yeah.
You would be fucking shocked. Brian might not be, but you guys would be shocked how many people died in those buildings. You would be shocked. You'd be like, I can't believe that. People go in the bathroom, sit down, and their life just ends. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
man.
it's unbelievable. You would be shocked. I mean, I can't tell you how many times over the years. Now, I was there 21 years, but I cannot tell you how many times that's happened. You know, a wife or a child or anybody will come to you and they will say, hey, I'm looking for so-and-so. And you're like, well, where'd you last see them? Well, they went in the men's room. And your initial thoughts are, oh, no. Because usually when that happens and it's been like 45 minutes or an hour, either they're in there drugged up or they're in there dead. And that literally is a true story. I mean, that happens. So,
Hey, hon, don't let me shit in Walmart, okay?
that's a true story, man. I've literally had to go in there. And I also had to go in there at one time. This was back probably 15 years ago or more. I had to go in there because someone's spouse didn't come out and they were a larger person. You know, I'm not saying anything about large people. I'm a large person. But they were a larger person. Did Brian just turn this shit off? Like, I don't want to hear this shit no more?
He disconnected.
It's probably
I think I
phone
just
died
saw him
again.
mix up and go,
Fuck this shit.
Let me go ahead and move everybody back around because I just
Phone
can't.
be dying all the time.
So,
He had
True
to go
story.
drop a deuce.
All that talk about shitting.
Yeah, he just bolted out. Anyway, so
His phone probably died.
I had to go in the
Yeah.
bathroom looking for this guy's or this woman's spouse, and he was a big man. And when he sat down on the toilet, parts of his fat rolls stuck underneath the toilet seat. So anytime he moved, like up a little bit or down a little bit, the toilet seat would just squish in his fat rolls, right?
Oh.
So he was in there. He was in there in anguish because he was trapped on the toilet seat by his fat rolls. And again, I'm not making fun of big people. I'm a big man myself, but I mean, he was like stuck for at least 45 minutes because he couldn't get up and he couldn't get down because he was squishing his skin. And by the time he got up, he was all bruised. He had little, abrasions. It was a bad situation. That's just one of those things. It was kind of sad at the same time, but at the same time, you're like, man, did you not know how to properly sit down? That this has caused this to happen. That guy ended up suing us and winning money.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, he went in there and slammed it all down like he was Yokozuna dropping the bonsai.
Yep. Probably. I don't know.
Like, I intentionally go on my way to be careful with stuff, but there's a lot of fat people out there that don't do that.
Like when I go to a barbecue and somebody says they have plastic chairs, I go,
Nope.
Yeah. I'll stand.
I'm like Stone Cold. I'm like,
I ain't breaking the leg on one.
Musical chair is going to win tonight. All right, Shane is probably about to blow his lid right now because it was supposed to be his show until like 30 minutes ago, and then we
I
started
don't give a
talking
shit.
about Dookie.
It's all good.
You know, Dookie can take some time. You know,
No worries.
take it away, man.
Well, I won this in oh shit. Oh no.
What the hell?
What happened?
It fucking came off the card.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Gorilla
I was
glue.
wanting to go get this signed by Jake in September.
Damn.
But
You
now
can glue that back
I
on.
probably just glue it back on.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Because I think that'd look cool signed,
That's
by
awesome.
son of a bitch.
That
If
happened
not,
to me
get it
with the
gra-
Big
get
E
it graded.
autograph.
Get it graded.
And then I got this one with the card all chewed up on it.
Those figures were underrated,
I
man.
still love that fig though.
Those
But-
zombie ones were good too.
That one I didn't want to open. This one I wanted to open. Because
Yeah.
I thought this one would look
Yeah, Brian said his phone died.
way cooler out of the package.
Yeah.
It reminds
That
me
is
of
some
Goro from
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. So I grabbed him. I picked her up for real cheap. I think I got her for like $5.
Yeah, pull it back and see if I can see up that skirt a little bit.
Does it have
Oh,
them?
no.
All right.
What
Sweet.
what was that, Kev? You're waiting on them? Breakdown legs, hips,
Yeah, hell yeah, for that Bianca Belair.
Drop down.
Yeah.
Drop down. Hips.
drop down hips.
Drop
There
down
we go.
hips.
Picked up
Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai.
I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I like that one. I thought she was pretty cool. And I got these for like $5 each.
Nice.
So
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I grabbed. I didn't really get into the Super Sevens, but for $5,
Those are nice.
Are those the Super 7 reactions?
Yeah, yep.
Those are awesome. They remind me of the 80s ones that they did. That's cool.
Yeah, for $5, not too shabby. And then I picked up a little Rey Mysterio lot. I got this
Nice.
gray one. I got this one in the black. And I got one in the gold.
So that's why you were able to do that earlier because you have it
Yep.
right there.
One in the gray and the black, and one in red.
Someone says they're in love with Dakota Kai.
Thomas
She is
Bridges.
hot.
I'd hit it.
And then I got a little Hasbro lot. Little Rick Rude.
Sweet.
Nothing wrong with
yeah.
the bros.
Nice.
Got the headlock pose.
Coco Beware.
Coco.
Beware.
The model.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Nice. That's the second one of those tonight.
Virgil.
Sweet.
Virgil.
Virgil.
Hasbro
And
prices are going
and
up
that
too.
Virgil Hasbro. That Virgil
Lucas.
Hasbro.
Oh,
Very, very.
My
I
favorite
love that
Hasbro. My favorite
Narcissist.
Hasbro.
I love that.
That Virgil Hasbro is very underrated.
Brutus.
Someone says they found the Batman Ray for $8, and then another person said they met Coco Beware today.
Nice.
And then I was wanting this from Cam, and then it even came even cooler because he got it signed.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very
this
cool.
one's badass. And my daughter, one of my daughters, she's in high school. She's in marching band, and her marching band played Comerica Park this past weekend for they did the Star Spangled Banner for the Detroit Tigers.
Nice.
So I went to
Oh,
see,
wow.
and it was superhero night, and they were giving away these little bobbleheads.
Very
That's
cool.
That's
cool.
pretty
Nice.
sweet.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
That is.
I
Not
like how
really.
they put Detroit Forever on there.
Yeah, I'm not really a Marvel collector, but I mean, I thought it was cool. Like I said, with the Detroit on there and everything.
That's
Thought
pretty
it was pretty
badass.
sweet.
That movie is underrated, by the way.
Oh
That's
yeah.
that's all I have.
That's sweet, man. Well, I tell you what, that was the most invigorating show and tell that we've had in a while.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But if I had to
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
if I had to pick a winning item for this week, you know what I'd pick? Chuck Waggle's Bliss in a Box. The Jack in the Box, you know?
I have to ask, Chuck, where in the world did you find that?
Walmart.
Wow.
Really?
Really? I know
Yeah.
we seen them at that last year at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
See, that's
See,
what I'm saying, man. Like
I'm
my
kicking
Walmart.
myself for not bringing up or buying up some of that boxes that WWE Shop had. I kick myself for not doing that with those Brave Funhouse stuff that they had.
Yeah.
I got 2 of those.
I've had about every single one they've had, but the majority of that stuff Kev has now. I've got a few pieces
I
of
bought
it left.
most of it from Will.
Yeah, most of it Kev has, but I have all those little figures.
I got a real
You can't get
badass
those.
piece coming next week. If I get it in time. I've been on a payment plan for the last couple weeks with William White, and I got a really cool piece coming that I'm excited to show next week if I get it in time.
There for a second, I thought he was going to say, "I'm on a payment plan with William being me." I was like, "Really? I didn't even know."
He's like, who am I sending money to?
I am gonna have to order some figure stands from ringside because, you know, Will, you said these superstars don't like to stand up. You know, the Ultimate Warrior stands up just no problem at all. But I've been trying to get him to stand up. You know, this Hogan for like the past 30 minutes on my desk, and he refuses.
Yeah,
I
they don't
would
like to.
say
I had to put them
around
all. I had to put them all on figure stands, every one of them.
because ringside's out of the Mattel stands, but I will tell you this: probably around November, they'll be back in. They usually order big batches about 3 times a year, so I'd say probably late October, November they'll be in stock.
Yeah. So it says got to be Walmarts at different states because Indiana Walmarts suck. Yeah, I mean North Carolina Walmarts suck too because I ain't finding no Bliss in a Box in my Walmart.
Oh yeah, I tell you, my Walmarts
here
here, they are horrible. Because I go between Indiana and Illinois, and they all suck.
Yeah.
Thomas
guys-
Burnett said that was probably the longest show and tell in history.
That's right, man. You're right.
It was best though.
But you know what? We didn't really have a lot on the docket today. I mean, you know, we did have Cheap Heat that we could go into, but we've reached 11 o'clock, so I think we maybe just save for next week. I figure everything we needed to say we've pretty much said. I mean,
Hell
we covered 50 Shades of Grey, we covered doo-doo, farting, figures, autographs,
Drop down hips.
drop down
I will.
hips.
I want every woman's figure to have drop down hips.
They're gonna start doing it starting
Hell yeah.
2024, man.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
I'm headed to Nashville this weekend to visit my parents, and I'm looking forward to stopping at some stores that way and seeing if I can find anything.
Have you ever been to the Johnny Cash Museum down there? It's sweet.
No, but I've been to Broadway a few times because I go to Tennessee like at least once a year for the past 7-8 years since my parents retired and moved
I
down there.
ran into Jimmy Buffett in Nashville about 4 years ago. I was in a downtown bar. Me and a brother of mine were visiting my uncle, and I look across the room, and I told my brother, I said, "That looks like Jimmy Buffett," and he goes, "Nah, there's no way." We both look, and I go, "Holy shit!" I love Jimmy Buffett, so I walk all the way over there, and I go, "Hey, sir, I don't want to bother you. I know you're having a meal and everything with some friends." I said, "I won't bother you." I said, "But is there any way that I can take a picture with you?" He was cool with it. He was super cool, super nice. I mean, just the most down-to-earth, relaxed person you'd ever thought you'd meet. I mean, he was as cool as I thought he would. I love when you meet somebody and they live above your expectations.
Yeah.
Because I've been a fan of Jimmy Buffett since I was like 6 or 7. So, I mean, to meet Mr. Margaritaville himself was just amazing.
He used
Cheeseburger
to
in
have a
paradise.
restaurant here, but it
Hell
closed.
yeah. Yeah, we got a
So
Margaritaville near us. Pretty good food.
Yeah.
I've been to the Johnny Cash Museum in Nashville twice, and I would go again tomorrow if I could. It's a great place to go. It's not much to get in, and there's so much history in that building. So if you get the opportunity, man, I highly recommend it.
Hell yeah.
Dr. Nick, someone's asking for your Facebook name. I think it's the guy about the convention thing. He really wants you
Oh,
to go,
okay.
man.
Just look me up in the group. I have plenty of posts in there because if you look up Nicholas Jones, you're gonna find a ton of them. Just look for one of my posts in the group, and if you want to add me as a friend, I'll do that.
Yeah, man. Make sure you be careful though, man. He's really trying to get you there. You know what I'm saying?
We can't travel together. I'll gas him out of the car.
Trying to say, man. You run out of gas, you don't stop at the gas station. You just open the knob and let it blow.
I have enough gas to make it to California.
Lord.
Did you say the
Bless
swap
it.
the knob?
Hey, I'll tell you what. William and Ben don't know this because obviously they're my friends. I'm not gonna fart. I'm not gonna expose them to that noxious fumes. I farted all over that convention in Indy.
Damn, thanks now. Shit. Probably smell you.
You know what I think? I think, man, when I tell my friends that I gotta pass gas, I usually tell them right as it's about to happen so that they have no way of escaping. Be like,
Well,
I'm about-
there
I'm
is
about-
one. There is
Wait,
one
sorry.
telltale.
We got in that damn elevator when you got off of it, and I told Will, I said, "What the hell's that smell?" You got right off of it, and we got in there. True story.
A lot of
This is-
times, my friends will know because all of a sudden you'll hear me go, "Woo!"
My friends usually know because they hear.
Wheel and
Isn't
deal it.
there
Shit in my pants.
isn't there a convention coming up in Ohio soon that you guys were
Chillicothe.
talking about a while ago?
Yes.
Chillicothe.
That's September 30th.
Are you guys going?
Yeah.
I'm going. Kev's
I'm
going.
going.
Chuck's going. Ben's going, and I think somebody else is too, but I can't remember.
Now is that
Because
only Saturday only, or is it Friday too?
Saturday. Just Saturday.
That's what I thought.
I looked it up and it's only 4 hours away from me, so I think I want to try to go and meet up with you
Come
guys.
on.
Oh yeah.
Come
We're on
on.
last
Yeah,
Friday.
we'll be there. We'll be there.
Do you think you probably got to rent a hotel in advance? Most likely.
Yeah. So what we do usually, I'm just throwing this out there. You don't have to do this. What we do is we'll communicate with each other, and we'll let each other know where we're staying, and then like all the TRC will stay in the same place because we go like toy hunting together. We go to the bar together. We go get coffee together. We go to breakfast together. We do all this shit together, and it's a whole lot more fun to go to conventions and different things like that when you're with a group of people versus going by yourself. Like we go to dinner together and we do all that stuff. So
Yeah,
yes,
because
I can send you.
I would be coming by myself, so I would.
Yeah, I can send you the hotel information where we're staying and all that. They still have rooms. It was a very reasonable rate. We actually stayed in the same hotel in March when we went to that show too. So, but yeah, that's generally what we do. Anytime we go to a convention, is we'll all get together beforehand and say, here's where we're staying, and kind of here's what we got planned, and kind of go from there. So.
Cool. Yeah, let me know because I plan on coming.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. Glad to hear it.
Hell yeah. Well, all right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I feel like we bonded a lot today. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the love, brother.
Yeah,
too
I
bad-
feel much closer to everybody.
Too bad Ben wasn't here. You know what I mean? But that's all right.
Yeah.
Get this smell out of my house.
And Brian left.
Right.
You know, we still love those two guys. It must be a B thing, Brian and Ben.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be thinking about stuff like that. But yeah, that's all I have for this week. You guys want to say anything before we wrap up, or?
See ya.
Yeah.
I will. I'll say one thing in closing. It's been a rough week. Tragic losses, things going on. You've got the fires in California, the hurricane or whatever you want to call it out there in the West. And you've had that happen. And today we had a Category 4 hurricane come right up my coast, right here where I live, and slam into Florida, Category 4 hurricane. And, you know, a lot of people are hurting right now. A lot of people are suffering. And I would just like to say, you know, I'm praying for everybody, and I'm not religious. I'm not much of a prayer guy, but I'm praying for everybody that's hurting right now and suffering. I'm praying for the people that lost, you know, Bray last week, including myself as a fan, and anybody that's struggling with things right now that are beyond their control. You know, I'm very much a person that believes in taking responsibility for yourself and accountability. I'm very much a believer in that stuff. But when things are beyond your control, um, that's when I have the most pity and the most sympathy. And, you know, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there in closure. You know, I'm thinking about those folks. And, you know, I dodged a really big bullet today that storm went just a little bit north of us. I mean, literally, if you look at the map, I shared the map on Facebook from where, you know, we are to where the storm hit. And, you know, if that storm had come in here, um, we would be totally devastated. I wouldn't be on here right now because our house and everything would have been totally devastated. A Category 4 storm is nothing to fuck with, I can tell you that. So, but just a huge shout out and just an understanding and an acceptance of I understand, you know, people are hurting right now, and you certainly have my sympathy to all those folks. And you know, definitely, even if you're not a religious person, a little prayer of hope and a little prayer might go a long, long way. So, thank you guys for this week. I appreciate everybody joining us, and absolute great conversation, great laughs, and I appreciate every one of you guys in this room. All of TRC, Ben and I will be back on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, and we'll see you all then. Have a great night, everybody.
Hey, Shane, stay afterwards. We talk afterwards.
Yeah, don't leave.
Yeah, don't leave, Shane.